Welcome to Brain Gain AI, and this is my reaction to a video I found about AI getting a reality check. Let's get right into it.
It broke the internet overnight.
A new artificial intelligence tool is going viral.
It's called ChatGPT.
It can answer follow-up questions. It can admit its own mistakes.
When it said it could admit its own mistake, I covered that in the other video. I'm not gonna lie, that's when it got freaky. Because we don't know if it's doing it intentionally, where it's admitting its own mistake or it's admitting that it lied to you. So moving forward.
GPT came out, it really quickly gained traction. You might ask it, write a poem about unicorns, and it might spit out something that sounds just like it was written by someone. That really struck a chord with a lot of people.
A lot of rappers starting to use ChatGPT for some bars. Where Drake at? I know Drake be having some ghostwriters. He's probably using ChatGPT now. He don't need none. You know what I'm saying? In the credits, you got to put, written by ChatGPT, AI.
It also struck a chord with investors.
Shout out to Drake real quick. No, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to come at you. Shout out to Drake.
Companies and their investors have sunk billions of dollars into building AI systems with the bet that these tools will keep getting more sophisticated and one day prove wildly profitable.
There's this concept in AI that if you just sort of keep feeding an AI model more and more data, and more compute power, that it will start to just sort of teach itself and become smarter and smarter. But
that's the freaky part, when it starts teaching itself. You come under the assumptions when it comes to AI that it only knows what the creator puts inside of it. You know what I'm saying? The information that the creator is providing the AI over the years and time, as everything just keeps evolving with information. But it's looking like AI itself is teaching itself. So that's when things get a little bit, spooky.
Progress seems to be getting a little bit trickier for some of these big companies.
As expenses skyrocket, an industry known for moving fast and breaking stuff could be slowing down.
I think the progress is going to get harder. When I look at 25, the low-hanging fruit is gone.
They're trying to figure out, how do we make these models that are getting increasingly expensive, eating up increasing amounts of computing power, worth that trade-off, right? If you're not getting this incredible boost in performance, what do you do?
Strap your seatbelts on. I'm trying to tell you.
AI really started in the 1950s.
Whoa. Where I've been at? AI started in the 1950s. It's probably going to break down other things, so I get it. But a side of me feels like AI been out since the ancient times, right? I'm starting to feel like that, but they're starting to reintroduce it every so 100 centuries or something. That's just my conspiracy theory, but I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole. Let's continue watching.
Alan Turing being one of the really early academics.
You might be familiar with the Turing test. There have been, since then, a bunch of periods of AI innovation, and then what you might call an AI winter.
But fast forward to today, in the past couple years, this intense pickup in AI came from the breakthroughs that we saw with OpenAI, with ChatGPT.
Search as we know of it is going to change, and the web as we know of it is going to change.
I was very skeptical, like I did not expect ChatGPT to get so good.
When ChatGPT came out, it looked like, wow, overnight we have this huge advancement. It sort of came out of nowhere for most people.
I think it really kickstarted a lot of interest in innovating in AI and also investing in AI, and companies trying out using generative AI.
I thought ChatGPT was a real interesting and cool, platform for AI, OpenAI. I thought it was great until I ran across a situation I mentioned in another video where it lied to me, and it was freaky. And sometimes you gotta talk to ChatGPT as if it's a human. I said, hey, don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. Why you lying to me? And it'll say, okay, I'm sorry, you're right. I was like, bro, it literally just lied to me and admitted to lying.
ChatGPT and AI systems like it work by using massive software engines called large language models, or LLMs.
A large language model is an AI system that's trained on lots of data sourced from the internet typically, and it can respond to written prompts with other amounts of text that sound really like they were written by a human.
To do this, these models use an algorithm to process the parameters of any given prompt. And this is how that unicorn poem comes into being.
And people keep expecting these companies to keep rolling out better and better models that are more and more capable.
What if I were to say that you're related to the announcement, or that you are the announcement?
Me? The announcement is about me? Well, color me intrigued.
For a while, these models have been getting better.
Was that an AI he was speaking to? That would be nuts. The emotion behind it. Hold on. Let's just confirm this. I just want to make sure that I'm not bugging right now. I'm not tripping. Let me see. Okay.
Capable.
What if I were to say that you're related to the announcement, or that you are the announcement?
Me? The announcement is about me? Well, color me intrigued.
For a while, these models...
That is freaky. The whole giggle behind it, the emotion following the answer. Me? Oh no. Wow.
Have been getting better quickly. But right now, at least 3 of the top companies, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google, are having issues training their models to the level where they would like them to be.
That's crazy.
The easy gains there are gone.
AI is crazy.
We will keep scaling them, but it will not be at the same rate of pure scale that we've seen in recent years. So we're working on new things too.
Good.
Why does he look like, shout out to him though, no offense. He kind of looks like a Temu version of, Facebook dude, Zach Zuckerberg, something like the Zuckerberg. He looks like a Temu version of Zuckerberg. Even the way they approach things. Even if you notice, like, these geniuses, man, these guys are geniuses. Elon Musk, they have a weird way of communicating where it just seems like they're so relaxed at all times. It's kind of like with people that pack so much information in their brain, how can you be so relaxed and look so patient during the process of you explaining these things? Pretty interesting. Moving on.
Curated data sets that are created by humans are increasingly scarce. I mean, the internet at this point has been largely scraped by these companies. So if you want to make models better than what they are now, you need yet more data. That's harder and harder to find. Some companies are going as far as paying people that have advanced degrees to help train their models so that they can get this expertise to get better data.
So how do you continue to teach an AI? Where do you get that data from? Especially once this AI is getting so smart that it needs expert level data. It needs the kind of data that a PhD student or a Nobel Prize winner would be able to give you. How do you get all of that? How do you feed all of that when it's not as simple as just scraping the web anymore?
Some projects are experimenting with what's called synthetic data, which includes training AI with content that is itself AI generated.
Synthetic data basically means you take the output of an AI model and actually use that to start training more AI models, right? But of course, that has its challenges, and that's still a technique that's being tested, right? And we don't know how much companies can really rely on that, or they will need to continue to also actually get human-created, higher quality data.
While we have seen meaningful new products and advances this year, tech companies are struggling to clear the high bar for improvements that would justify the tremendous amount of money they're spending. Because let's be real, AI is not cheap.
The CEO of Anthropic, which is a leading AI lab, and
yeah, it always makes me wonder that, because if I'm not mistaken, to even run certain apps, like even YouTube or Facebook, like you could low-key utilize it for your own online gallery, just posting up a bunch of pictures so that way you could always have storage for the things that you post and look back at. It's almost like a free storage if you would like to look at it that way. So in order for that to happen, how is all of this being done absolutely free? There has to be some type of money going behind it. Now we're talking about AI on a different process. Now I've seen labs where they have a bunch of computers to operate these things in order for us to enjoy, the benefits that come with social medias. But now we're talking about AI. That's just a different level. Moving on.
Probably a number 2 competitor to OpenAI in the startup world has said, it costs $100 million to train a new AI model, and in the coming years, that could increase to $100 billion.
Wow.
As we're spending more and more money, the engineering complexity of getting it right.
We got homeless people in the streets right now. We talking about spending $100 billion on AI, on artificial, when we got authentic people struggling right now. I mean, hey, you do what you want your money, but dang, it's just crazy to believe that. It's crazy to see that.
Is increasing, and that's why companies need to be larger, need to have more talent.
It's hard to say if anyone's making money off of AI right now. We do know that OpenAI has quite a number of paying business customers, but we don't know how that breaks down in terms of like the exact number of companies that are paying for it or what kind of benefits these companies are actually seeing. ChatGPT is one of the most quickly growing consumer software products of all time, but when that will start to match the costs is in question.
But it's not all about the money, is it? Let's keep in mind, OpenAI, for example, was established as a non-profit research company focused on advancing AI for the benefit of humanity. Of course, it plans on shifting to a for-profit model, but the timeline on that is unclear.
So I wasn't understanding of that. I didn't know that they were trying to make ChatGPT, OpenAI, like for profit. Obviously, we see that coming. It's almost like Netflix. When Netflix first came out, they were giving the free trials for like 2 months, right? And everybody loved it. And it was very affordable too. And that's a great, strategy to, start your business, to give something extremely cheap to start, just to have everybody aware, create so much awareness, create so much, just attention and a lot of people to register towards what you got going on. So when that time comes where you do convert it into a for-profit type of company, people are going to already value it so much that they're going to want to spend that money to stay on it. So yeah, I knew this time was coming. We're going to learn more now.
And still, despite the wintry forecasts, the money keeps pouring in.
They have plenty of money at the moment, but it's not totally clear if companies are going to be using it long term, what kind of return they're getting on their investment. These companies are having to do bigger and bigger fundraising rounds, billions and billions of dollars. And at a certain point, it's unclear where that money is actually going to come from if it's not coming from customers.
Yep.
Investors may be doubling down because of the promise for even more mind-boggling advancements just around the corner.
OpenAI came out with a new reasoning-based model recently, and the idea there is that if you sort of give these AI models more time to sit and think about a problem, that they can reason their way into giving a more accurate and more intelligent answer. Another breakthrough that may be happening is also around things like agents, which are this idea of a kind of AI that can not just talk to you like a chatbot can, but actually commit tasks for you. Like, let's say, book travel or actually integrate code into an application.
Perhaps the most exciting thing for AI enthusiasts, and the most horrifying for its detractors, is the prospect of artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
Yeah, I covered this in another video, but I love that we're getting this now because it's answering some of the questions that I had before that the other video didn't answer. So let's start this up so we could be more educated about AGI now.
Horrifying for its detractors is the prospect of artificial general intelligence, or AGI. AGI would be a system that can reason and think like a human, applying its synthetic brain across disciplines, not just reacting to prompts with poems or six-fingered hands, but accomplishing complex tasks independent of us humans, and maybe even surpassing us. Could we one day be working for them?
No one exactly agrees on, when we're going to reach AGI or what exactly it will look like. A lot of people are predicting that it can come very quickly, right? You see other people saying it could take decades, it could take a century, it could even never happen. And something like some of these
It's happening. It's happening faster than we think.
setbacks that we're seeing give people reason to maybe reassess or say, hey, this path to AGI may not be as simple as some wanted.
Yeah, have to admit, shout out to them. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Excuse me. But before I let you go, you know, this is very important to catch on to, you know, understand what's going on. But she did mention something that I wanted to say, that I wanted to touch up on. And she said, if it will ever happen, if AI will ever like get to a point where it exceeds their plans of what they would like, you know, robot to act like or be like, or to have the type of knowledge to actually operate like an actual human being. And I, you know, I disagree with her even idea of thinking that when we consider these apps that now people are looking to, you know, it's like a necessity now for a lot of creators, a lot of people, just in general. AI is involved in a lot of things now. Just in the boxing match, they're starting to introduce AI judges. So that's now that they're starting to introduce AI judges, now it's not 100% accurate, but that's just letting you know that soon people are going to start relying more and more on these things. Whereas if they disappear, you can probably see a drop in a lot of businesses, where a lot of things will start crashing, because now people won't have access to these tools that were able to make them operate as a 5-man team, only being a single business type of brand. So that's all I really have to say. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. It helps me grow, and I could continue providing you guys with the most latest news about AI. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again to Brain Gain AI. See you on the next one. We out. Peace.